afternoons ago. You can see the river bottom where we've been watching that buck. Today we're actually calling for 30-mile-an-hour winds, so I'm kind of sitting here contemplating if I want to go in there after. My dad just texted in the group chat, said he saw a giant walk into the cattails. Like I said, it's 8:15. I've not seen the thing yet. I'll sit tight. Hopefully something happens.
I'm out here trying to figure out how to get to that buck that's on the river bottom. And I just came up to this drainage to check to see how wet it was. It's not wet, so I can get across. Another problem that I'm seeing just from sitting here is that I don't know if I'll be able to stay completely out of sight like I thought I'd be able to, just because this grass isn't as tall as I thought. I might just have to get back in there super early in the morning or something. I don't know. This might be one of those spots just can't get to. Something I'm gonna have to think about. I'm glad I at least came down here to check this little drainage though. It's nice to know it is dry, that I can get across in case I need to. So I ended up not seeing anything this morning. I'm trying to think of what I'm gonna do this afternoon. I'm assuming I'm gonna be back on the edge of a field this afternoon, honestly, with a better wind, a much better wind. I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to make sure my wind's good for hunting up on those fields. Because last night could have been a great night. Completely new terrain, new style hunting. There's deer everywhere, with no doubt, but every area comes with its own trials and tribulations, so that's exactly what we're going through right now.
I don't really know what to expect deer movement-wise. The only thing I could think about doing was coming into these big coulees, because I figured they'd be out of the wind the most, which they are. There's barely any wind compared to up top. Throughout this week, we've seen 3 shooters go down in this one coulee right here that I'm in. I'm expecting them to come out here back behind me. Follow this drainage all the way up into the fields up top. Eventually, or just browse through here all night. I don't know what they're gonna do. I bumped 2 does on my way in. The wind's blowing straight up towards the field, so anything back behind me coming this way should be good. There's a couple big trails back behind me down through this coulee and whatnot. Hopefully something comes rolling through here. This is about the best I got. I didn't know what else to do, so we'll see. 26th. I believe it's our 5th day here in North Dakota. I tried pushing into one of the spots that we've been glassing. Just kept running into deer, so I really didn't get to where I wanted to go. I'm watching a couple muley does right now. Had a couple whitetail does come in probably about 30 minutes ago. It's too dark to get the camera out yet, but since then I've just been trying to work back deeper towards this coulee. My dad's up top. He says that there's nothing in the flats in between the coulees. Normally every morning we've been glassing, you'll see him crossing coulee to coulee or coming down and dropping into a coulee. And that's telling me that they might be bedded already. We'll see. About 10:40 right now. My dad's actually moving in on what we think is a decent buck that's bedded down. He's pretty far away, so I can't really judge how big he is, especially with him being in some brown like underbrush and whatnot. With those chocolate horns, it's actually pretty hard to see. But from where I'm aware, it should be big enough now that we're coming into last couple days of our trip. So I can see one problem. There are 4 muley does directly back behind where my dad's gonna have to circle around the buck. So what I'm hoping is my dad can kind of wrap around him here. The buck's facing directly at me with the wind to his back. So I'm hoping if my dad can swing around and play that wind just off the buck on his way in, then he should be good. Because I don't think there's any chance that the buck will see my dad, but I'm just hoping that he can get in there clean. Even if it doesn't work out, it'd be cool to see how close he gets here. My dad's within 300 yards now, I'd say. The buck's still there. He hasn't stood up at all. There's like 4 or 5 muleys on the like adjacent flat to the southeast. So that might be a problem. It's also starting to sprinkle, so that's not good on my end over here, so hopefully I can keep this camera dry. Hopefully it doesn't come down too hard. It's only sprinkling right now.
don't know if you guys could see it or not because I'm sure that lens was foggy, but hold on, here's my dad right here.
If it would have been so thick, I would have been able to get him.
Yeah, I know. He pretty much stood up right at your feet, huh?
Yeah, it was so thick I couldn't shoot through it.
Could you see him, or he just got up and then you saw him?
No, I could see him.
Oh, you could see him when you were working your way in there?
Yeah, the last couple of yards I could see him, but it's impossible to be quiet.
How big was he?
I didn't even get to see his rack.
That sucks.
That's why he was laying in there.
Yeah. We're on our way in for the afternoon set here. I forgot what day it is. I think it's Wednesday, or it might only be Tuesday. I'm coming back where I sat last night in that Coulee. I'm just gonna push farther in and try to get closer to the fields that they're going to. But I gotta hike in there right now. I'm carrying way too much stuff for all these hills. And I'm wearing rubber boots. Alrighty guys, well I just got set up. Long story short, I forgot a whole bunch of stuff. I was in way too big of a hurry, so now I'm without the main camera, which is a bummer. I'm probably gonna see some deer now that I don't have that camera. It's my dad and Ryan have already been seeing deer, and I've not seen a single thing, so. And they're both on the edges of fields. I'm off the fields in the coulees. I mean, I'm obviously in a more low percentage spot, clearly, but I don't know. Can't do much about it. I'm already out here. Didn't realize until I was already getting up the tree, so I screwed from the get. Because the only thing I can do is keep my eyes peeled, stay ready, make a good situation out of a bad, so stay tuned. I'll do my best to let you know what's going on.